But before we start our... Look, a big perch is coming out, guys. Good. Wow, a big one. Wow, a pike, guys. Guys, a big hello to everyone. Hello. Today we went out to the Seversky Donets River with Andrei, fishing with a spinning rod from a boat. Look, our boat has just been pumped up, and Andreyuka. Shum. And today we will catch, as we plan to catch large perch there. As you do? Yes, in general, we set a goal today. We're going to catch some perch and share some key points with you.
Before catching summer perch, and only summer, but also large perch, it seems that now you can have small ones anywhere, in any quantity, at any show, but large ones are quite a problem.
So today we're going to figure this out. Yeah, guys, let's go. There's our little boat and we're off to battle. We just didn't take the risk right now.
15,000 for one tench. As a fine, I'll check the internet. Now I'm calling the inspection, and I won't be able to swim at all. Then I'll get fined. Fields, 10 pieces, 160,000. It's warm.
Think about it, guys. So, we've arrived at the spot, and now we're going to try casting here. So I've put on a 4-gram tungsten weight, and now I'm going to try this kind of lure. Alright, let's get it out. Let's take a look. Is anyone there? Well, there aren't many people, just a few boats. Okay, guys, right now. A cast, right over there. As they say, it's better not to catch anything on the first cast, otherwise the fishing will fail later. So, according to the wiring, perch dragging along the bottom, we do a winding along the bottom, pause a little. So we knocked with the tip. Pause, wiring again, pause, knocked, pause. This wiring is the most perch-like. Andreyuka showed me this wiring earlier, so guys, it's not perch. The most popular thing is that in the summer, passive perch respond. In the fall, so I recommend fishing like this. But right now, the only downside is... The only thing is that there's a lot of weeds, maybe even more than usual. Snags. But since our gear is quite, you could say, delicate, including the leader line and everything else, if some predator bites, we can simply cut it off. Andrei, the first fish!
What kind of fish is it? It's small.
Well, at least listen, you're really something. I haven't caught anything yet.
Both.
A little perch? Just like this.
Good looking.
Oh! The first little perch is here. With the same retrieve. Today we're releasing the fish since we're on a sport fishing trip. Friends. Another little perch for Andrei.
Alright.
I don't have anything yet, so I think I'll change the lure. Both are Vanuks. A nice perch, a good one, Andrei, great perch. Super, look at this beauty. A little perch. He completely swallowed it, you hear? Ah, what's the name of your weight? What's the correct shape for it? This. It's a detachable bullet. What's better about it? How is it better than my regular jig head, for example? It's better for the offset hook. The bullet is better for the offset hook, right? The address works better. Chat? Guys, I realized that for me 4 grams is a lot. I need to put it a little lighter, but I realized that thin hooks are for me.
Mage 12 is no good. This is the outcome of the fight with large windows. It was broken off. It was just a bummer to the dacha with 59 thicker wire. The fact that owner's Maj broke 12, which is thicker, is also owner, but with 59 from thicker wire. This one will handle any perch, even a 2-kilo one.
There's another one. Well, it's not big, but I already caught this one, guys, from the channel. Closer to the channel. I just cast it into the deep. Here. There, it's probably more active. Wow, it just came off. Well, okay. It's practically good to go. Guys, as you requested, we're going to show you how to make a dropper rig without any swivels. Triple and double swivels. Right. Yeah, because if you have swivels, that's just an extra moment for tangling, right? So that your tackle gets tangled. Now Andre will tell you how to do it.
I had a fluorocarbon leader with a snap, and I just attached a weight to it.
Andre, load it up. What should the weight be?
Somewhere around 20 grams for any rod. Let's say you don't have a top-of-the-line Yamaha Blanc Sol range, but a rod that costs around 1,000 hryvnias.
Even on any Chinese spinning rod, roughly speaking, you can fish with a drop shot rig.
Tie it to catch. You tie a little knot first, the most basic knot. Just a knot, yeah, a loop knot. You thread it through multiple times, about 10 times. Our buddy, about 10 times. You did it. So, this long knot with 10 twists. Andre, how many centimeters should it be from the weight to the hook? I try to keep it between 5 to 10 centimeters.
5-10 centimeters, yes, roughly. No more.
A snaggy bottom should be about 15 centimeters.
Yeah, you can also cut it.
This distance plays a role, depending on that. This distance from your knot, yeah. If the bottom is snaggy, with a lot of debris, whether the bait is small or large, you need to vary this distance. The more snags there are, the greater this distance should be. Are you pulling from this twist? From the middle, you need to pull the little loop out from the center with a hook, or how I do it with my teeth, but most fishermen do it with their teeth. And I too can damage the fluorocarbon, but don't over tighten it. And now we need to insert this lower part into this loop and secure it with our teeth, tighten it, and that's it. So you insert this part into this loop, but I immediately catch it with my teeth and it flows very quickly from this matter. Here I moisten it with saliva and tighten this knot. This knot is the best. Of all the ones I know, this one holds the best in terms of percentage. This little knot will hold about 80% of the breaking load of the fluorocarbon.
You've got a pretty nice knot there, I see, and the distance is about 10 centimeters.
As for the awards, this is the fluorocarbon.
What diameter do you have? Tell me the diameter you have. 0.6, yes. Yeah, fluorocarbon. What fluorocarbon is best for perch? In the summer, it's best to use maximum, let's say, 0.2 is the maximum.
I take a leader, about 70 centimeters long, no less than half a meter, no more than a meter.
The leader shouldn't be more than a meter, right?
A meter is too much.
That's the maximum, right? But a little less than 70 centimeters is just right, as they say. And I tie this with a simple knot.
It's related to the fact that I want to, when I got snagged, it was the leader that broke off, so I just retied it to a new one. They started tying all of this again, so I make this knot loose double. It would be even more correct to make a good one here, some kind of... That's where I'm already tying the hook. So I tied this dropper with a simple knot. So this is the dropper leader. The length of the dropper leader is about 70 segments right now. I think 1 meter is optimal, but that's already for needs. I don't know for whom. So for this part, I tie the hook with a regular knot at 59. In this case,
What a mean dog, Andre. Tell me, are the hooks for the dropper leader the same as for regular tackle, or do they differ in some way?
what depends on the size of the fish and the bait.
Well, let's take, for example, a medium perch. It's a bit bigger than a palm. I don't know what its weight will be. Here's a medium one. The guys are catching medium perch.
Well, let's say there are different hooks, thick and thin, of the same size. Different sizes, so that it's visible. This is the smallest. It's a size 10.
This one, right?
Yes, this is for catching the smallest fish, like perch, when they won't bite on a 2-inch little twister. When the perch is bigger, S59, this is thick wire, it's S59, and in the center, MH12. That's thin wire. You can see the difference. This is thin, it can even break with a perch. So like just now, it was about half a kilo.
Beginning of the video.
Here. At first I meant that I broke it, as I understood in Russ's Senegal, that's what was made for a friend. It flies better now in mono. For Jig Rico to use the target, it seems to get stuck less and has more sensitivity. You don't need to drag the ball through the trash like mud or weeds. This weight goes through on the dropper leader.
Much better indeed than using some round field weight. Definitely significantly better.
Let's say, I won't give you the numbers, you won't remember to go into detail. It's clear that for every bait, yes.
It depends on the size. For this lure, this hook is already too big without a kid.
Not to mention, you won't even get any bites if you put this hook on that lure.
It all looks just unnatural. Yes. You need to follow it correctly. Andre, you need to maintain the balance of the body proportions of the fish, right?
If you're fishing with a large lure, let's say for instance,
You also need to use very small snaps.
it's clear that you can't put this hook on it. You'll have to use a bigger hook. Are there perch lures even larger? Would you have to use treble hooks for those?
Perhaps yes, but for those who also have large baits, it is not necessary. 2 inches is correct. There are different ones. So to speak. We had such a crash course. A small one for beginners, guys, so that when you ask me how and what they showed you, they told you in one.
That we've already tied and equipped. Here's the weight.
Here's the weight.
In this case, how much is 8 grams? Yes, we have 8 grams. Here it is loaded. 70 centimeters and the bait.
It is important to put the bait on evenly. Say bait, but is there a clasp attached to the bait? No.
A regular clasp knot will make the tackle heavier. Without clasps, you immediately tie the hook straight. I need to put the lure on very straight. Look, this is wrong. The lure is on. Even such a minimal bend from the axis will twist the lure.
That's wrong. Yes, it's on.
Our rig is going to twist. I moved just a couple of millimeters from the axis.
You put the little hook in wrong, didn't you?
It's crooked. You need to put it on very straight. It's crookedly put on minus the leader. It will twist it, and there are fewer bites.
It has been done. Guys, this is messed up, just to show you how not to put it on.
This one is more or less relatively straight, and it will just spin less.
Compared to the previous one, we pulled it straight along the back, and the hook should be aligned well along the axis. Guys, but that's not all. When you made a drop shot leash, now the main thing is to make the correct wiring, because the usual jig wiring, yes, Andriuka, this is not it.
Well, there are a few nuances. We won't overwhelm you with 10 types of retrieves. You cast, take up the slack, and with a heavy weight, it hits the bottom right away. Personally, I start with a double lift search. The double lift search, the pauses are very short. And there he is already on with a double lift and a pause. Sometimes just 2 lifts and 1 pause is enough for you to catch a fish. In this case, it's a really tiny fish.
But still, as soon as I cast it. So guys, it just happened right in front of you. We were pulling it in, and it took just a few seconds, and you already lost it.
3 inch bait 28, 5 in 1. I put it together, and we adjusted it with the thick hook. Let's try to show the retrieve for the second time.
The same double lift retrieve, let's call it that.
The first retrieve is a double lift, in this case 8 grams. It fell to the bottom. The rod to the water. Well, I don't know, I set it at 45 degrees here. Up, 2 jerks, pause, 1 second. 2 jerks at a moderate pace. It's not very sharp, it's barely in place. These are 2 jerks at a moderate pace. There was a bite, a small perch. We know there's a big perch at the spot, and we're waiting for it to come out. At this moment, here's the retrieve, basic 2 jerks and a pause. If you miss the bite, for example, then on the next jerk, you'll just feel that the fish is already on. That's the basics. You can do single, pulls more smoothly. You let it slack, pulled it, and if it's a shell, that's a very effective technique, and basically that's enough. A double jerk, pause, or a pull. You can see from the tip that we're currently going over the shells. That is, the weight. So it clicks, which means the spot is really good. Well, the camera might not capture this.
It goes into the hand, it's in the hand.
It feels like it's in hand.
Well, and the tip, it will make such movements, da-da-da-da, you can do it.
And when you pull like this, it often takes better than if you yank and pause. Just smooth pulls, and at some point, there's just a stop with a little bump. You feel everything perfectly.
That was our second retrieve, a pull.
You can lead it all the way to the boat, but usually the bites happen within the first 2/3 of the retrieve. There were a couple of bites just now. Most likely they just scanned the rubber, yes. There it is, hanging crooked, don't expect any bites. So because of that, there wasn't a bite. At the very beginning of the retrieve, there was a little bite, and then you get these kinds of things while fishing. I forgot, that wasn't supposed to happen. You need to keep control of the weight. You can't bang it against the rod. Right now, I wanted to show you up close, and I lost control of the weight. He tends to get tangled up very quickly, so we adjusted the silicone a bit. Now I'll show the whole phase again. We cast into the spot where we had some bites. In this case, the drop shot flies perfectly against the wind. I won't cast there with less than 5 grams.
Yeah, the wind is really something, guys. Look at the waves.
5 grams will already be very heavy. It's shallow here, and I won't be able to retrieve. So I need to get closer. He's not biting. So the drop shot gives you a huge advantage. Double jerk pause. At the moment of the next lift, do you feel like you got snagged on some grass, just like now? This will be a bite, and you might not feel it, but you'll set the hook like this. That's the beauty of the lifts. Right now I'm pulling from shell to shell. It gets snagged just like that. That's what makes the lifts so effective. You have what you might call a self-hooking action, and that's the main difference. But at the moment when you make a pull and feel a stop, you need to set the hook additionally. So each time you set the hook, it's 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. That's it. Nothing more. With these simple movements, you can catch the most passive and cautious fish. The course is tackle. It can be a line not like mine, 0.3 according to the Japanese classification. It can be a small line all the way up to a pike with a very heavy weight. Weights. Your bait is unweighted. It's on the hook, and that's it. The weight is a meter away from you.
But nevertheless, the leader that the silicone bait is on still needs to be the right diameter. That's what he meant, Andre, just about the main line, the one that our reel pulls.
Yeah, the line. And the leader that leads to the bait shouldn't be thicker than 0.2. A 0.2 can basically handle a 1 kilogram perch. Of course the pike will bite it, but it rarely takes the bait on a drop shot. This is because the retrieve is bottom fishing, and the pike loves high steps. Even when you're catching perch, short lifts work, and the perch bites. You make a couple of lifts higher, and then you get a cut. So this morning I had a cut on the first cast.
Well, here's Andre with another perch on the drop shot. You see, while I'm throwing 3 grams here, the drop shot is working better for now. There is Okusharik. Here's a little perch. Good job, guys. Quiet. What a little perch, huh? Not bad, yeah, quiet. Here he is, a beauty. Before that, I had a miss I didn't get to show you. Yeah, it was a super miss. Maybe even a bigger one, because I didn't have time to turn on the camera here. Here it is. There he is. Swim, little one. Oh, a pike. Oh. Guys, look at this. Little one. Andreyuka says it's a pike. Both of us. Hey, little one, come here, quiet. That's how it is. Can you imagine on a perch retrieve? I was just lucky that the edge swallowed us from the edge. And look at the pike in shallow water. It's acting like a snake, and if you give it a chance, it'll mess up your boat. So, this little one bit on the perch retrieve from the bottom. Little perch. Oh, Andreyuka, that's a nice perch. Look at that one. What a nice perch. Look, it's coming out, guys. Oh, nice. Not a boar. In both. Whoa. There. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations to you. Look at this one.
I was saying there was about a minute pause on the bottom with the bait.
And he didn't bite it, but you need an extractor. Look how he swallowed the bait. It's just that your bait is 2.5 inches. On a long pause there.
Look, that is, he is here, we are standing correctly, he has a mouth.
Oh, let him float, handsome. Yeah, you could take this one home and fry it up, guys. They're gonna say, wow, I've got a bite while I'm here. It was biting on the pause while I was filming you, you hear? so we'll wait a bit longer. See how it is. In the morning, on the contrary, you and I caught very sharply, yes, without pauses. And now, at lunchtime, they're already wanting pauses. Friends, well, what can I say? We sailed to the shore because the bite got worse and worse as we got closer to lunchtime. Maybe we should have come in the morning a few hours earlier. Because, well, probably the most active bite was in the morning.
Well, we arrived and yeah, the bite was good. Right away, there were little ones.
But it's not the best day.
There are times when the bite is better, of course, so it doesn't go for a walk. You can't see any rudd, no fighting, no perch, no bites. Everything is sluggish. So everything sticks and clings. It was clearly not an active day, so there were no records. But we might be able to go there. Maybe it's the change in weather, because today it got colder compared to the other days.
You see, I'm wearing a fleece jacket. I don't feel hot at all, and you don't feel hot either, right? It's already noon, and I still don't feel hot. So, overall, if you liked everything, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to ask questions. Good luck to you all.